If I have a bad boss and she got a nice body, and matter of fact, I don't dealt with like that before. I'll let her go out with the girls, but I have a bad I know she's gonna come home to me, and I'm gonna be regardless.
She will come home to you.
So I don't feel disrespected. Go ahead, go show that. I want everybody to see how bad she is. Go.
And how untouchable she is. Now, there's one thing when you look and you can't touch. That's something you gotta value. Because when you know you're untouchable, there should be no reason why.
Yeah, but she's untouchable for that one night. Then the next. But wait. Let me.
No. How about you let me speak?
Go.
Okay, so when you know your spot secure with a girl, nothing should ever interfere. It don't matter about what she wears, because that's fashion at the end of the day. You feel me? That's clothes. You feel me? If she feels comfortable and beautiful in what she's wearing, embrace it. You know what I mean? Like, if she's holding herself up here, no matter how she dressed, you should hold her up here as well. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's the mindset. It's the mindset that's going to keep you locked in. You could think it's cap. But run real to a real you feel me? I'm just telling you what it is.
What?
You know what I mean? So if you're secure and y'all locked in, ain't nothing gonna interfere. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you gonna know that's your and nobody could take your bitch.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
You know what I mean? So be free, do whatever you want. It's up to her. Listen, this is what I'm about to get into right now. Being around, it's up to your girl to be loyal or not.
She belongs to the streets.
Whatever he got to tell himself to feel comfortable about his relationship.
Men should never try to check how a woman is moving. Men got to be rooted in their own moves. So if you don't like how a woman is moving, you as a man need to bust a move and get away. That's how you stand on your manhood. You don't stand on your manhood by telling a woman what she can and can't do. That's not what makes you a man. That's actually some weak ass shit.
Nah, them some absolute facts, and that could go for anybody, man, woman, any person. You can't make somebody move how you want them to move. With that being said, the only thing you could do from that point is just vet them long enough to know whether or not they move the way you move, and then if they don't, you got the decision on whether or not you go continue to deal with them. If they show you they got the ability to do you foul and you deal with them and they do you foul, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself.
He ain't lying.
Nah, for real. YouTube, what's happening? I go by the name of Fuego, a.k.a. Gino Fuego. Welcome to my channel, OG Fuego Reaction. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I drop some of this Fuego. Because I'm lit and I'm with all the shenanigans. You dig on? Hey, man, without any further ado, let's get right into it.
How's yours?
I'm good. I'm pregnant and I'm happy now. So what's up?
I mean, I don't understand why you coming at me like that. Like, what is it that?
No, he was scared.
He was scared. What was I scared of?
I don't know. Well, it wasn't even that he was scared. He just wasn't with it. Like, when I first got the wilding out, I was like, oh my gosh, I like this nigga. He quiet and shit. Like, he ain't all over the place. Like, you know, he ain't wilding.
Pick it up.
I tried to throw some game on him, but he was like, oh, don't you have a boyfriend? I'm like, who the fuck be worried about that? Right.
I come from out the ghetto. Niggas will kill you by the just hilarious in my hood.
I told him that I broke up my boyfriend.
Did you really do it or you lied?
Then be.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I did. I let like a week go by and I was like, what's up now? We broke up. I was acting sad and everything. I was like, what's up now? He was like, you didn't break up with him. No, you didn't. And I didn't, but I'm like, this nigga gay.
What kind of shit is that?
You see that fucked
because
up,
he wasn't
just
interested,
because
he gotta be
you don't
gay?
want that pussy, I don't want none. That's crazy.
Hey, God forbid that men start walking around with morals and integrity. You do, you gotta be gay. Man, hell no. Like he said, man, dudes to get their life took moving around like that. But outside of that, man, we ain't even supposed to be moving like that in the first place. It just come to show you that some women to protect their ego at all costs, bro. This man was moving with respect. You took it as reject and then turn around and reward this man with disrespect? Man, come on, bro. Then she'll deal with a dude that don't have the same morals and integrity as he do and be mad when he do her wrong. Which is the reason why you wouldn't deal with a woman like her, because if she doing her boyfriend like that, what you think she could do to you? It just show you where we at society, where she'll feel comfortable enough to admit this on a radio show, bro. Not one drop of shame whatsoever.
If he passes the test, then I'll own that I'm wrong. But a woman's intuition is never wrong.
What happens if he fails?
If it comes back negative, if it comes back positive, then I'm 150% out of this relationship. I've already given him 2 years. I won't give him another.
Well, he took a chance by taking the test, all right? We'll find out. Here we go. Damien, have you ever had sexual contact with another woman while telling Ray you were at a friend's house? You said no. The lie detector test determined you are telling the truth. Did you have sexual contact with any of the women you searched for on social media? You said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth. Do you know who the earring belongs to that was found in the vehicle? You said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth.
Because there's too many. Because there's too many. That's why you don't know. The earring didn't walk and sit in your car and say, I'm going to stay here and sleep here for the night.
Wait a minute. He's basically passed everything up until now, and you're still quibbling over the earring?
Because it could be a loophole. The earring didn't say, hey, can I get a ride, Maury? The earring wanted a ride.
What the fuck?
How about this question, okay, Ray? Damien, did you ever have sexual contact with someone other than Ray while being in a relationship with Ray? You said no, and the lie detector test determined you are telling the truth.
I said I would say I was wrong if I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I do believe and I feel that there could be some behavior modification. He needs to still do a little better. You know what I'm saying? Cheating or no cheating, there's still a way to carry yourself in a relationship. Am I wrong?
That should have been his cue to leave, bruh, because ain't no way in hell. At this point, I believe she just looking for something to justify whatever it is she doing. She couldn't even muster up enough decency to apologize, bruh. That's crazy.
Let me tell y'all while I'm single on this Sunday morning. Long story short, me and Dude get into it about a question. We're having this debate about men and women and men are the prize, blah, blah, blah. So then he asks, okay, how many bodies you got? Mind you, we already had this conversation at least 3 times. I have no problem being open and transparent. So I'm like, what's the question? Because now I'm irritated because why are you asking this question again? So I'm like, the number 60, like what's the follow-up question? We go back and forth about the number of bodies. Mind y'all, I got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, 1 ex-husband. Been with Dude over a year now. You knew this when you got with me, bro. So you at least know I got 3 confirmed bodies. If that was such an issue, why would you even move forward in a relationship? You asking this question a year later for like the 5th time already? So now we get into it because I said 60. I'm like, okay, but what's the follow-up question? Does the number really affect the question that you're going to ask? What's the question? Now there's no question and we're arguing about bodies. Mind you, I'm 35 years old. He's 4 years older than me, 5 years older than me, so y'all do the math. When the last time somebody asked you how many bodies you got? Like, that should have been asked on day 1. So now we arguing about this bad, right? Now he's telling me, oh, bitch, nobody ever took you serious. You got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies. Ain't nobody ever made you a wife. Mind you, I'm divorced. So now I'm like, oh, okay. You've been waiting to say this shit. You've been waiting to get this off your chest. And I've been real humble, cute, and ladylike. But now, oh, what's up? Come back for part 2, y'all.
Now, she most certainly correct. That man had an issue from day 1. That man been going through it ever since he heard 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, and 1 ex-husband. Under these circumstances, I'm surprised it lasted that long. She said they've been dealing with each other for a whole year. If he knew he had a problem in the beginning, why would he think that that problem would just go away all of a sudden? He already knew that her situation was a rough spot to put himself in. I'm already knowing what he told himself. He told himself that he could deal with the situation as long as those 3 men were the only men that she slept with. I ain't gonna lie though, that number 60 sound crazy. Now, we all know that the number 60 was an exaggeration. However, the fact that she had to use 60 to exaggerate is a little concerning. If he had an issue with her having 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, with one of them being her ex-husband, the best thing would have been just don't do it. Because asking her what her body count is after making the decision to be with her, knowing you got an issue, ain't gonna do nothing but set you up for more disappointment, bro. Bruh, his lack of awareness need to be studied. Bruh was for sure finna get the high score on his face. He was finna knock all his sonic rings loose.
And Janae, what do you do?
I'm a servant of the Lord. So what I've learned, I would say I haven't been in a relationship since I've been saved. So now that I'm saved, it's really the Lord who's changed how I have relationships now. So I would say that what I've learned from the Lord is patience, having the fruits of the Spirit, patience, communication, understanding. I learned just to, I guess, not settle. Not settle. So not allowing myself to overlook certain things that I need.
What are those needs?
I would say someone who can provide. It was some years ago. So I dated somebody like younger, and I was just like, someone who can provide. I need someone who can provide, and someone who can match me physically. And I mean, at that time, I was intimate. I'm not anymore. I'm waiting till marriage now. But at the time, he just didn't match me sexually, and I knew that even before we were intimate. So I should have just never done it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I popped my balloon just because you're not really my physical type. I was like, I have a thing with noses, and I like a guy with kind of like a thin like bridge. Yeah, I like noses. Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
No, she's someone that's your type.
And she's pretty. I mean, I don't know if I would approach her, but she's good looking.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Okay. All right.
She ain't slick, bruh. I see exactly what she doing. She using God to try to erase everything she did in the past without having to change herself. Talking about some she waiting until marriage. She wanted God to get rid of that whole phase. The sad part is she's still behaving like she didn't learn nothing. Rejected that man because of his nose, and then had the nerve to get an attitude when he said he wouldn't approach her. Gonna tell that man he shouldn't. Talking about some she learned patience, understanding, and communication. The only thing that she could communicate is that she ain't settling for a man unless he could provide for her and match her physically, huh? I guess the patience to understand anything spiritual went out the window. Just gotta pray for whoever fall for this, bro, cause she ain't doing nothing but advertising old product and new packaging.
I don't care how good he look, how good he smell, or how much money he got. He better not ever forget that he can be replaced. Cause don't play with me.
Man, if you don't get your looking ass. Man, if you don't quit playing and go get back with Kermit.
Y'all niggas need to apply more pressure, okay? Because he done picked me up 242 pounds. He done bought me dinner. He carries my stuff.
Yeah.
And he got my bag, okay? Because he not gonna let nobody play with me.
Nope.
So the rest of y'all should have tried harder if you wanted me.
Yeah.
You applying that pressure.
I'm applying that pressure.
You want me?
I need you.
Oh.
I want you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta have you.
Damn, man, that man just happy to be there. Whole time, she just using him to start a competition to try to get what she really want. Using a fish as bait to try to get a bigger fish.
Men don't really approach women that much anymore for a lot of different reasons, I think. But personally, I want to be approached. I would love to meet someone in real life versus online. And as long as it's a respectful approach, I'm always going to be nice. Even if I'm not interested, I'm never going to be rude to the guy. But I think as women, we have to give a signal that we are interested before most men will feel like it's okay to like actually approach you. Personally, I'm not going to approach a man. That's not me, but I will make it clear that I'm interested. I will pretty much give him an open invitation to approach me through eye contact, smiling at him, physically like getting closer to him in whatever vicinity that we're in. And if he doesn't take that invitation, then I would just assume he's taken or he doesn't have the confidence to come up to me, which just means he's not for me. I'm gonna try harder to meet people in real life.
Man, hold up, bro. I was listening. She had me for a minute, but man, you ain't finna just slide that past. If a dude don't approach you after you give him choosing signals, you're gonna automatically assume it's because he's taken or he don't have the confidence. I guess him not approaching you because he's not interested is out of the question, huh?
Sit your ass down.